Alright, so first we're going to start with washing our hands for 20 seconds with a good appropriate soap of antibacterial. And we're going to lather up, get that good water in there. Keep our fingertips pointed down to make sure the germs are running down into the sink. We're going to want to come up pretty good into our wrists, make sure everything around is good and sanitized. Alright, I feel like that's been a good 20 seconds. Nice warm water. So we're cooking some pork ribs, baby back pork ribs for the family here. Getting ready for that summer feeling. It's not very hard down here in Florida. But we're going to start by cutting our ribs to the appropriate size, and we're going to get them boiled in our secret liquid here. So we're going to boil them for about an hour after we cut them to fit in size to get into our pot. And then the next step, we will rub them with the mustard and then our secret spice. Get them nice and rubbed up.
Our next set, Chef has our ribs already cut into thirds, or however small you need to have them to get it into your pot. So we're going to go ahead and throw them into our secret broth over here. Once you get all these ribs in here submerged, you're going to cook them for about an hour.
1 hour later.
You know, every pig is a little different, so they actually took about an hour and 30 minutes, hour and 40 minutes. But basically I'm going until that bone is just wiggling in the meat. I don't want them to fall completely out because, I mean, that's pulled pork. We want nice good ribs that are good and tender with the bone falls off. So, like I said, about an hour and a half or so. And we're gonna go ahead and turn those off. We're gonna lay them out, let them cool down a little bit, and then go into the rubbing steps. So my first step, now that they've cooled, they've dried out a little bit, you know, basically because there's sugar in my rub, and I don't want that sugar to melt. I want it to kind of stick on there, keep it granulated to get a nice good crust form when we're baking these off. I prefer to grill them, but I don't have a charcoal grill here available, so we're gonna bake them. First, I'll start with just lathering up some yellow mustard. And this is going to form as a nice little glue. Alright, so we'll take these and we'll rub that mustard all around. Alright, now that we have all our mustard rubbed all over our ribs, we're going to take our nice rub. And we're just going to generously put it on. Probably, Jay. So we turned our oven on 400 degrees. We have them all nice and laid out so they got some good space in between them. And we're just going to pop those into the oven. It's been about 30 minutes, and we got some nice bubbles coming out of the bones of our ribs. Form a nice good, nice good bark on there. I think we're going to test this one here just to make sure we're. That's what we're looking for right there, ladies and gentlemen. You want that bone to fall right out, but you want your rib to stay intact. So that's a nice, perfectly cooked rib. I'm going to pull those out, and we're going to enjoy dinner.
Alright, next we're going to go ahead and start cutting the potatoes. You gotta always have some sides with your ribs. You can't just be cooking ribs. So here we're going to cut some roast potatoes. First you got to cut them in half. I already have them pre-cut for you. And then you just got to give them a nice dice, decent size for roast.
I like a little Cajun seasoning and some little oregano. Alright, a little more for all those potatoes. Mix that up. Alright. A little olive oil. We're going to get down in there and we're going to rub that all together. carefully with the puppy. Take your time. Okay. Then throw that big top in. After that. Alright. Now we're going to cook these for about 20 minutes on the grill. Get it nice and roasted until they're tender through. Got good color on them. And they'll be ready to go.
Roast our potatoes. We got some good coloring on some of them. We're getting some nice little coloring. So you want to go ahead and mix them around real quick. See how some of them are a little lighter than others. It's just the cold spots on the grill. It's not getting as hot.
It's done. See how that just chops up? They're falling apart, nice and tender. We're good to go. And they're nice and roasted. I'm going to put those in the pot for serving us later. Now we're going to demonstrate how to clean a whole tenderloin. This is the beef tenderloin. So basically, we're going to try to rip off all the fat that we can with our hands so we don't ruin the good fillet in the center. Now we got that nice and cleaned up. We're going to take the silver skin here, and this we want to take out in small slivers so that we don't, ruin the roundness shape of our fillets after we cut them. So we're going to start up here at the tip. Just get a little bit in here, you can see. Not very thick at all. And we're going to try to take it in smooth swipes. We cleaned her up. Now we're cutting some steaks off of that nice clean loin. And I don't really like to butcher it up too much because it's for personal consumption. I'm not trying to make a perfect steak, so we're gonna use everything here. And even take the end cuts. I like to take with all these extra scraps here. I don't like to, we like to use everything we can. So we're gonna cut those up and make beef tips and have dinner for tomorrow with beef tips. So here's the tips that I got from all that tenderloin in there earlier. So I got all my steaks. I got about 14 steaks out of that one. And a bunch of little tips that I just cut off all the scrap that we had because I don't like to waste it. So we're just going to add a little salt and pepper to that. Throw that on the grill with the potatoes. And we'll have that. And then tomorrow night we'll have the fillets. So just throw some salt. A little pepper. A little salt. Shake that, marinate it up. I'm going to toss it on the grill. Thanks for watching us today. This is Luke and Patrick over at LFCC, your chef and sous chef.